Good morning, everyone. This is a Sunday Mindset session.
G'day.
Yeah, Tony's still working away. He's still doing his thing on this Sunday morning. Always working, always moving. We got our coffees just in time. That's the important part of this Sunday Mindset session, that we charge up and ready for you all to come on a Sunday morning and give you some of that gold, that goodness about what it is, what we're doing, what we're speaking about, what we're thinking about. Because 80% of what we do is in our mindset, 20% is the knowledge, skills, and experience. Johnny, good to have you on, and a few others that have come on this Sunday morning. How are you feeling? What are you thinking, Tony?
Well, I'm thinking that you surprised me. So that's what I'm first thinking. I'm thinking
like
that I'm here just working away. I was about to show you some stuff, talking away, totally unlike me, and you've surprised me. But good morning, everyone. Absolutely pumped. What a great night last night with the footy, and well done.
Were you going for Richmond?
No, I was going for the Cats. Look, I'm a Lions supporter. I mean, when I say going for, I was just sort of
underdog.
I enjoyed the game. It was a terrific game of football. Well done to Richmond. They were sensational.
Unbelievable.
That third quarter in particular,
What
which
about
they
Dusty?
call the Premiership quarter. Dusty Martin, amazing, and Norm Smith medalist. So
The police are here for us.
are they already? Are they? Okay, maybe
Tony Gallagher, yeah, g'day guys, g'day. Hi Mum, how you going as well? And what we want to talk about today is grand final. Looks like the birds shit on the police. That's no good. But maybe it's good luck. That's what it's all about. Okay, so we're here to talk about...
Is that what it is? Is that good luck, is it?
Yeah, birds, yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, that's
I didn't
right.
realise that.
Maybe it's good luck for the police today. Power to the police.
Absolutely.
John, good to have you on, and he's also said, morning all, morning to everyone. This is great turnout already.
Sensational
so, grand
turnout.
final time, everyone is super pumped. I know Jeff Miles loves his footy. He would have been watching avidly yesterday. He's a big fan. I think you're a Swans fan, aren't you, Jeff? That aside, it's grand final time for your NRL today.
That's it.
And the Queensland Storm. The Melbourne Storm.
No, you call them that, that's fine.
Yeah, Queensland Storm going against the Penrith Panthers. So it is grand final time. We wanted to bring this special edition of the grand final issue because we've got to think about what is our individual grand final and what we're working towards for ourselves. It's like setting out those goals, that vision, that plan, what that purpose is for you and what you're creating for yourself.
Yeah, 100%. And this is a bit like half time. So we've had the first half. The first half was the AFL. We're now back into the sheds. We're taking a few oranges in. The coach is barking a few orders at us. And now we're about to get out there for the second half, and that'll be tonight with the NRL Grand Final. So I'm absolutely pumped, mate. I love this weekend. It's a different kind of feel.
Absolutely. Yeah, but like a Facebook Live is also almost like a grand final because, like Jeff said, anything happens on live TV. Anything happens on a grand final day, right?
Yeah. There's no editing. There's no... yeah, absolutely.
You got to pump up for the event, right?
I get pumped up. Well, you would have seen me pumping up beforehand. I was stretching. You were stretching. I mean, we take this very seriously, Luke.
Kelly says, "Morning, guys. How you going, Kelly? You're back on. At least you're not. Sean's not taking over your side of the video or their interactions, but good to see you commenting as well. Not fair for your forgetting us F1 fans. Oh, F1.
Okay.
Oh well, great. It's a different race. It's a different race in the F1s. It's not really grand final as such.
No. The supercars had their grand final last week with Bathurst. They treat that as their grand final. Normally, in a normal year, that tends to be the week after the grand finals.
That's believe in the future. Good song. And that's what it is. It's all about believing in the future,
Correct.
Isn't it, Tony?
100% believing in the future. But you've got to see it first. You've got to create that vision for yourself, set your goals, and if you can see it in your mind, you can hold it in your hand. You truly can if you believe that.
So we've got to think about where is our grand final? What is our grand final? Where are we getting to for ourselves? So on this mindset session on this Sunday morning, where we come on each and every Sunday morning to talk to you about what's going up in our minds, where are we looking towards for ourselves to get to, and what do we need to do on an ongoing basis? UFC as well, a grand final with Khabib, is it? And finishing 21-0. Well done. Ken Murray, good to have you on. My grand final was, for us, is every weekend. I set the goals and challenges around work each weekend.
Good on you,
which
Ken.
is really
awesome.
cool.
That's terrific.
Maybe your grand final is more like the school holidays, Ken, with the ice cream.
Summertime.
Yeah,
summertime would be Ken's Christmas holidays.
So you're preparing in the winter. I know Ken was up here in Queensland.
He was.
And, doing the wind down.
Recharging.
He was actually doing a lot of raffles during the time.
Yeah.
Setting up for the whole idea of, okay, if I can pump up the marketing right now in winter,
that's it.
all the people will come and buy all the ice creams in the
100%,
summer.
100%.
So that is a direct example of what you need to do, what you need to think about to get to your grand final time.
Exactly. Everything has a latency effect, and I've got one of my largest clients who's in the pool care space, and for them,
Same.
They do the same. So they spend the winter marketing, promoting, preparing for a huge summer. There's no point starting it in summer because everything takes a while to take effect. So it's into that winter period, even though it might be a downtime. And then bring it back to sport. What happens in sort of November, December, January every year? It's the pre-season.
That's right.
And you've got all the guys and girls doing sprints up sand dunes and all those sorts of things. Dry reaching after trainings, whatever. They're preparing for their grand final about 7 or 8 or 9 months in advance, and that's what sets you up. It builds the foundation to then go and have an amazing season.
We love foundations, especially with property, don't we?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
That's what it's all about, and I think an important point is if you get yourself set up like a pool guy, like ice creams, if you get yourself set up in the winter, then people are going to call on you last minute. And you have all your ducks in a row. You have all your marketing,
Systems,
all your admin ready,
yep.
and everything going full steam ahead. So when you get that call at that last minute, you don't have to say, "Oh, I'm not ready," or 3 days time. People want to expect that quick service, and you can deliver that because you've prepared so much during the pre-season.
Yeah, well, you're not under pressure, right? And I know we're going to talk a little bit about that a bit later this morning. So we'll bring it back to our topic. I'm trying hard, mate, to keep us on track. Unlike me,
but we're using these great analogies, right? It's the stories that deliver so much, and then we bring it all around, and then stir it all up, and then give you the recipe for success, right?
I was listening to a podcast.
It's another great analogy.
Yeah, I love it.
Is it a metaphor?
Any chefs out there? So I love it. So I was driving down listening to a podcast this morning, and they talked about facts tell, stories sell, and it's the stories, it's the experience, it's the emotion that you can wrap into that. That's what then helps from a sales point of view.
Absolutely. Jeff says Tigers are a good example of what Tony is talking about here. Their coach mentioned he was struggling with the COVID requirements early on. So, but he was able to, obviously got through it and look at their success now.
Well, and in both teams, Victorian teams, they've sacrificed an enormous amount to keep the game going. That's one of the great things for me is that the AFL has completed their season. I know the NRL is going to complete theirs tonight. And I just think it's truly amazing. If you think back to April, March and April, when there was every likelihood that there wasn't going to be a season. Sporting codes all over the world were shutting down. It started off with the NRL with Peter V'landys.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, he led from the front in the face of all sorts of criticism. I think he was amazing. And when we look back now, we've all got a lot to thank him for.
I get goosebumps actually.
Yeah, correct. Yeah,
thinking about leadership in that way and the work that. And I was a little bit of a doubter with the earlier COVID things.
Yep.
And I'm like, is this really going to get up?
Yeah.
And he just kept pushing and pushing and pushing, putting all these different. We don't even know the half of what happened in the NRL and the AFL and so forth. But lucky for the AFL that the NRL went and pushed for it to happen because they wouldn't have had a season without.
The AFL was straight in behind, exactly. But it was all around Peter V'landys. It goes back to about being resourceful. We talk about it here. Find a way to make it happen. Plenty of people find a way to not make it happen, to fail, to fall short, excuses, reasons for not doing something. Peter V'landys wasn't taking no for an answer. He just kept digging. Him and his team, I'm sure there was a team around him, but him and his team kept looking for how do we make this happen? Yeah. How do we get a game up and running? And look, there was enormous financial pressure, was a huge motivator for the NRL, I get it. But nonetheless, they kept pushing, and congratulations to them. Because today they get to finish their season when no one thought they would.
And the governments.
Queensland government, absolutely.
Queensland, New South Wales, Victorian government. A lot of people are getting a lot of criticism late, but think about our mental health in regards to having sport on the park now, and people that are looking forward to something to watch. Those Victorians that are at home and they love their AFL and want to go to the AFL games week in, week out, they've got something to look forward to. At least they can see their team play on the TV, right? There's something of entertainment coming on. When there was that period of no action in March and April, wow.
Yeah, they're worried about all sorts of domestic violence, alcoholism, and all sorts of things. And I'm not suggesting for a moment it's been easy. There's a lot of people who are really hurting, particularly in Victoria. They're hurting, but like you said, there was that little bit of release, a little bit of something to look forward to into the future. Each Saturday, each Sunday, when my team goes around, that was just a minor distraction from what was going on. So again, all credit to the footy codes, and I know others as well. I know netball's up here on the Sunshine Coast, and Formula One's doing stuff.
Well,
horse
Melbourne team
racing.
won that one as well. The Melbourne Vixens.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Yeah, fantastic. I
Should be
know
on-
the Wallabies are back playing as well. They're not winning, unfortunately.
Yeah, terrible. Ken says, strangely, it's every weekend customers were coming out with umbrellas yesterday, drizzling all day, but it doesn't stop ice cream lovers. Thoughts, Tony?
Well, I get it.
He doesn't need to say anything.
I get it. Absolutely.
Okay, look at what a leading question. What a leading question.
Mate, it
Thoughts,
could be
Tony?
hailing, snowing, sunny, doesn't really matter. The weather has nothing to do with it. Every day is an amazing ice cream day. So regardless of what's going on around.
Oh, great. So we're 10 minutes in. We're ready to go.
We're going to start now.
Let's start.
We're going to start now.
So when it comes to your mindset challenges when thinking about a grand final, are you playing each week for the chance to compete with the best of the best? Right? That's it. Are you, if you're in ice creams, Ken, obviously you've got competition. As a coach for Tony, he's got competition with, and he's doing things each and every day, week in, week out, improving himself, working with other people. For me, in property, there's a lot of competition with buyer's agents out there. And we're charging forward, posting every day, putting ourselves out there, helping people, give value. I had an hour and a half session with a potential client yesterday, talking him about different strategies, different ideas, and then working in with the team of, introducing them to other professionals to help them in their journey of property investing. So it's that kind of, to play with the best of the best, you've just got to be working at yourself each and every day.
Yeah, each and every day. And look, it was interesting. I stopped and reflected myself this week. I gave myself an 8 out of 10. I like to rate how I'm going. So an 8 out of 10 this week. There was a couple of days there where I slipped, and that's okay. I recognised that I'd slipped. There was a whole range of reasons why that was the case.
I'm going to stop for a moment.
Yeah, please.
So what did you do well?
What did I do well?
And what would you do differently?
Well, what I did well this week is for 3 days, I was exceptionally well planned and exceptionally focused. I was very focused and I was saying no. I had my phone off in moments and I was incredibly productive. What I didn't do well is on the days where I slipped, as I was a bit tired. I was planned, but not as planned as I'd like to be. And there were moments when I'd leave my phone on and I would answer the phone, and that would just send me off in a different direction. So I stopped on 2 days, Tuesday, Thursday of this week, and I reflected. I thought, you know what? That's not what I want to be. And so hence, Friday was an incredibly productive day. Yesterday, I pushed it out for half a day as well. But I'm constantly challenging myself to be better today than I was yesterday, and it's a little process that I go through.
But being okay and allowing those days is again something that is important for us as well. Just like acknowledging, it's like, okay, you know what? It's just not working today.
Correct. And it's not that I'm okay. It's that the day's gone. So it's like, well, the day's gone. What can I learn from it? I can never change the day.
Yep.
But how tomorrow, when my feet hit the floor, what can I do differently so that tomorrow is far more productive than I was today? And that's a little process that I go through, and that's a process that I get all of my clients to go through, is that at the end of every week, I'd encourage you to rate yourself. From a scale of 1 to 10, 10 high, 1 low, how was your effort? Truly, how was your effort? I get a lot of people come to me and say, oh, Tony, it's not happening for me. And it's like, well, what's your effort? Oh, probably about a 6. Well, I'll tell you why it's not happening for you, because you're a 6. 6s don't get the success. 8s, 9s and 10s, and 10s obviously, are perfect, but certainly a 9 out of 10, that's getting the success. And not a 9 out of 10 for 1 week.
You know what I love the best? When people go, I'm a 7.
Well, it's a fence. I'm on the fence.
I'm
right?
on the fence.
It's a nice, safe, I'm sitting on the fence. Get off the fence. It hurts when you stay on the fence for too long. And be honest with yourself, right? And, if you're not having the results that you've got.
I did tell someone this week, it was a little bit harsh and raw and real and brutal. I said in one area of their life, they were a 1 out of 10.
And how'd they receive that?
A little bit taken aback.
Okay.
But it was one area, one little section.
Yeah.
But I posted up a video earlier this morning after my run about being honest with yourself.
Correct.
And I guess that's where we kind of lack in different areas of being honest. And the best thing you can do, it's just really difficult for a lot of people to actually look in the mirror and actually be honest with themselves about what's going on and what areas that they need to work on. So, you know, maybe allow some people sometimes to say, what is actually going on with me? And how do I actually start playing with the best of the best?
Yeah, correct.
Well, you know what? The coach is there. Think about for the Richmond and Geelong teams yesterday, the coach is there to be very critical and to pump these guys up and lift them to get their highest achievable talent and skills
correct,
to get those great results.
Yep.
So they're the coach. So I guess, Tony, in terms of that, you're a coach as well.
Yeah.
Does it the same effect for you? Obviously, you're probably coming in with a slightly less stronger, a little bit weaker in your approach. And I shouldn't say weaker, but subtle in your approach.
No, so I'd use a different word. So my approach is, and those who work with me, and there's a few who are on here today. Good morning, guys and girls. Very diplomatic in my approach, but incredibly direct, firm but fair. So that's how I describe me. And for those who work with me, more than happy for you to...
Have you ever given someone a 1 out of 10?
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. No. So look, don't confuse the delivery from the the way in which I deliver from the fact that
Who's more brutal, you or me?
You're more brutal from a delivery point of view.
Yeah.
But from my point of view, and those who work with me know that I hold no punches. I just do it in a very diplomatic way. In fact, I do it with a smile on my face. We all end up cuddling and being friends, but I'm incredibly direct with people.
What gets results better?
Well, it's up to the individual.
That's right. That's a good answer.
Thank you, Mel.
That's a great
I'm glad
answer,
I passed
actually.
the test.
Yeah, I know.